Hello guys, how is everybody tonight? Just have a bit of a cold, but I still wanted to go live and talk about Antonio Brown, and this will be about like a 10 or 15 minute video. So it's just like a regular video, but it happens to have like better acoustics, or it happens to have better stuff around it. So, Antonio Brown. Do I think Antonio Brown is selfish? I think Antonio Brown has become a great wide receiver, and he really is a talented football player. But I feel like Antonio Brown likes doing everything but playing football. He's in it more for what football is bringing to him, like befriending J. Cole, befriending all these other rappers, these other basketball players. And I feel like Antonio Brown, he's not just in it because he loves the game of football. I mean, maybe he'll come and practice, and maybe he loves football, but he's definitely not about the team success. He's more about his own individual success. And Le'Veon Bell is kind of the same way. Now, Le'Veon Bell wants to get paid a lot of money, and I always want to see guys that are talented make a lot of money, especially guys like Le'Veon Bell that went to Michigan State, proved his own worth. So he sat out last year, and obviously he didn't care that much about. He wanted to see his teammates win a Super Bowl, but he wanted to get paid more in the long run. He wanted to have that kind of money for, I don't know, maybe for his family and his career and in his life. So, yeah, playoff LeBron is activated. Hey, Redskins 24/7. But the fact is, Le'Veon Bell, like him getting, the fact is what Le'Veon Bell is that he wanted to, I guess, save up his career so that he wouldn't get hurt, and he was too fearful. He didn't really give a crap about the Steelers' success. He didn't really like Pittsburgh that much. And I don't really think he likes the game of football that much, because if you love the game of football, then leaving the field for a whole year, that must actually really bother you, especially in the prime of your career. And he definitely didn't like his teammates that much, because if he cared about his teammates winning a championship and he was embedded in this program, if he actually liked his coach Mike Tomlin, if he liked Ben Roethlisberger that much, then it's all about the team. It's all about winning a championship. So it was a little bit selfish. I see why he would do that. And as a general manager, I would prefer to draft guys that don't care that much about the money, that they like football more than the team goals. So it's tough to find those kids like in the draft, or it's getting tougher because I think everybody's so into their individual thing. And it's kind of like Zion Williamson at Duke. Like, I wish guys would just enjoy playing the game of sports. And I wish that they would love just playing with their teammates and winning a championship. But, I'm so happy the one and done's going to be done in college basketball, because you get all these players that don't want to be in college basketball, and all these NBA, like, assholes. These assholes that tell these, like, people, you shouldn't play college basketball because it doesn't matter at all. Like, that's why I rarely root for Duke or the big dogs in college basketball, because they really don't care about college basketball. They care more about the NBA and making money. And yeah, they're enjoying playing with their teammates, but I'll always root for a Midwestern small school where this is the biggest thing in their life, and then they go to Europe, or then they decide to coach their high school basketball teams. I always will root for those kids because it just means more to their general life, like Loyola of Chicago, for example, than everything. All right, let's talk about LeBron. A lot of you guys want to talk about LeBron James. LeBron James is a coaster. He doesn't play a lot of good defense. The game right now is so fast for LeBron. He would have been better playing in the early 2000s, in the 90s, when it was isolation, when he could walk it up the floor. He would have played better in the bad boy Pistons. But now LeBron James is getting stretched vertically defensively. And the thing that made LeBron so good, like in the past, he was obviously in better shape, but he's just really he's a bad defender right now. And he used to be a better defender. I know that he still has the capability to make unbelievable plays, but LeBron James, too, is not a good teammate. I mean, he comes into LA, he says that he's going to be the leader of the team. He hasn't even spent a day in LA. Like, Kyle Kuzma and Lonzo Ball know about the Lakers more than LeBron James does. It's not about the best player being a leader. And you know what, sometimes, I hate how people say sometimes that they need to learn how to be a leader or they need to be a better leader. Like, you don't need to be a better leader. You need to try to get your teammates. You need to try to relate to your teammates so they'll win. Like Kyrie Irving saying, like, I want to be a better, like it's weird for me to be a leader. Well, win games. What's this whole leadership thing? Odell Beckham's like, I need to learn how to be a leader. It's so weird being a leader. Just be your damn self. You don't have to be a damn leader. Just relate to the guys on your team. Get the guys to play well, be accountable, be there for one another. You don't have to be this leader and get all this credit. The team winning should make you happy enough. Like LeBron James now, he's making rap albums with 2 Chainz. He's out in LA. He's doing his school. He cares a lot more about other stuff than basketball. He's hypocritical, just like that whole cast thing. You know? Just like the cast thing. Let me greet some of the people in the chat. Oh, The Entertainer Greatest Hits? I'll definitely check that out. The Jets should trade their first pick for Antonio Brown. The New York Jets, like if I were a Jet fan, I'm trying to figure out how to fix the mess that the Jets are, because I'm not a believer in their quarterback. I'm not a believer in their head coach at all. Antonio Brown, I would not sign. Le'Veon Bell, that's an older running back. You're going to be paying him $16 million. It's too much money. Too much money for Le'Veon Bell, and your franchise has no success. Now, if you're the Eagles, if you just won a Super Bowl, you're in the prime with a rookie quarterback deal, why not sign Le'Veon to a 2-year deal so he plays tremendously for you for these next 2 years? But don't sign Bell for 3 or 4 years. Try to sign him on if you sign him for 4 years, it's going to be 30 years old. Sean Alexander went from Madden cover, best player in the world, to sucking and being irrelevant. As an NFL running back, you fall off. There's barely any Frank Gores or Clinton Portises to go around. Those are the real, you know, those are the rare of the rare. Even Danny Woodhead is rare to play for 10 years. Chris, I disagree. I think that the Steelers actually right now are going to be a better football team. And finally, Mike Tomlin can get his team back. I mean, but the Rooneys and Mike Tomlin, they should have got rid of these guys a long time ago because they're nothing but distractions. The Steelers are dumb. You know, they listen too much to social media. They listen too much to their fan base. They get way too worked up over these players. And these players, I mean, Le'Veon Bell, I don't really think he cares about the fan base. He doesn't care about winning the game. He wants to get paid, which is okay. If I was Le'Veon Bell, I don't know. I've never been in a situation where $30 million are sitting right there on the table next to me. I might do what Le'Veon Bell did, but the fact is for the Steelers, like, he cared more about the money than obviously winning. You can't argue that Le'Veon Bell cared about the Steelers at all. So, yeah, Danny Woodhead's fantastic. These guys aren't terrible dudes. I think LeBron James is more of a drama queen than Le'Veon Bell. Le'Veon Bell's just trying to get paid for the rest of his life. Doesn't make him a bad guy. None of these guys are terrible, evil guys. But LeBron James, like that whole cast after that championship, like, you lost to Golden State. Like, own up, accept the loss, accept you weren't as good. Don't blame it on an excuse. LeBron James then calling out his teammates every interview. Why, if you're Lonzo Ball and Kyle Kuzma, why the hell would you like this guy? Oh, I'm trying to be a leader, but these young kids have never been through this bullshit that I've been through. These young kids I've never been around a team of such young kids that are so distracted, and they literally don't care about basketball. And I'm still trying to learn how to be the leader of this team out here in LA. But these damn kids are so incompetent that I'm trying to teach these kids, but they suck so bad. They're so young. They got all these distractions. It's hard. It's hard being around these Lakers. You really think that if I'm Lonzo Ball, I'm like, you know what? LeBron James, you're right. I got to get my act together. I'm so sorry, LeBron. I'll do anything for you, LeBron. Thank you for telling me that. He just spouts off to the media. And then he has to be a better leader. It's unbelievable to me. Look, being a leader just means helping your team win. Being this leader, like, the only reason he's saying he wants to be a leader is he wants fans to respect him and like him more. It's all about fans and liking more. It's not about just winning the basketball games anymore, like Kobe Bryant. So, oh my God, I'm getting too loud. I'll lower my microphone. I think that LeBron James is a drama queen. Absolutely, absolutely. Now, a lot of people will like LeBron because of stuff he does off the court, like the school he built in Ohio, which is great. And no one insult Michael Jordan and say he didn't do stuff off the court. But again, I don't watch LeBron James for off the court stuff. I watch him to watch basketball. And LeBron James, he's the best player that I've ever seen in my life. But I don't really root for the guy that often. No, I like Draymond Green more, or these other quieter guys. I just like quiet guys that like winning basketball games. You know, Donovan Mitchell, all those other guys. Kyler Murray, great question from Alex in NorCal. I'll take a couple questions here. Let's get to about 17 minutes, and then I'm going to head out. I have a really shitty cold, but it was fun helping this video. So Kyler Murray being quiet, that's a great question. Let me answer it. Kyler was horrible with Dan Patrick. That was a disgrace, okay? And I'm a guy who likes Kyler Murray because Kyler Murray has a great story. Kyler's just clutch, and Kyler Murray is about winning. He's not really a talker either. I really kind of actually like the guy a hell of a lot. But that interview with Dan Patrick came across horribly. And now that was very concerning. And the fact is, Kyler Murray, if he doesn't throw at the combine, I think it's a terrible look. Because as a competitor, I want these guys to throw at the combine like Cam Newton did, Sam Darnold didn't. And that even rubbed a lot of Jets fans the wrong way, that Sam Darnold didn't throw at the combine. If you really want to compete, if you really love the game of football, throw. Like Kyler Murray, you could easily throw an out route. You could easily throw a deep ball. Just damn throw at the combine. And, you know, Kyler's a very quiet guy, but that was a mistake going to that Super Bowl week because he came across horribly there. I have a lot of concerns about Kyler Murray. He will be the smallest quarterback to ever play in the NFL. If you're picking like in the late first round, maybe you take a chance on Kyler Murray. Now, I do think that the NFL draft is very overrated. I think that a lot of people think that a top 13 pick is guaranteed to like be a Pro Bowl player, when a lot of times the top 13 picks, some of those guys just flat out suck, or they're like Maurice Claiborne, they're average. Luke Fisher, freaking John Ross was the 9th pick of the draft, and he barely plays wide receiver anymore. Mike Williams is a red zone, you know, just jump ball guy like a Kelvin Benjamin. You know, he was picked 7th overall. Leonard Fournette was barely playing any football last year. He's not even that great of a running back right now in the NFL. He was taken at the 4th pick. Blake Bortles. You know, who was picked last year in the top 10? Colton Miller, for goodness sakes, was picked 15. So you think it's a huge risk for the Redskins at 15 to take Kyler Murray when damn near Colton Miller, who played at UCLA, was like a freaking freshman at UCLA who barely did anything and ran well at the combine? It's not that big of a damn risk, the NFL first round. Most of the time, these teams suck at picking anyway. Oh, man. Oh, man, Archer. Hogate for sure. Yeah, I mean, should Archer? I don't know if like if the Lakers. I mean, the one thing is the Lakers have been really bad for a long time. At least LeBron's making them competitive, so at least you're going to get a competitive product. But the fact is, Kobe Bryant. Like to me, I like Kobe a lot more than LeBron because I think Kobe just loves to win. He really loves the game. He's more of a gym rat. He's authentic, where I think LeBron James is more about like let's take an Instagram video of me dunking over somebody. You know what? Or LeBron James, he is not getting along with these young guys at all. He's not getting along with Luke Walton at all. He always is trying to wiggle his way out of situations and craft it. He does not work with what he has at all. So he needs everything to be in shape for him to play. He cannot adapt to certain styles. John Ross is interesting. He's a really good guy. He's very smart, very intelligent, and he was very good at Washington. I still hold out hope that John Ross can be a good player. I still take him at the end of my fantasy drafts. And when he was healthy, he actually wasn't terrible. Now, the problem is he hasn't been healthy in a while. Now, for John Ross, what are you getting? I would look at a fourth rounder. That would be very interesting. If I were an NFL GM, a fifth rounder for Ross, I would definitely do. A fourth rounder, I would consider. Because John Ross, I mean, if you ever listened to the guy or been around the guy, he is a great character guy, and he does have that speed. Now, you have to check into his injury history. So you'll have to see. A lot of mock drafts lately have had the Dolphins taking Kyler Murray. And Drew Lock going to, I think the Dolphins, somebody they have the Dolphins taking. Oh, I would love that for the 49ers. I really would, because then you get him, you get Goodwin, and you get Burners. Now, for San Francisco, if you could sign Bell for about $14 million 3 years, I would maybe do it. The 49ers are ready to win a championship. I would take Bell over Brown. I think Brown is too much on social media. Brown's a little too wild for my taste right now. Am I excited for the baseball season? I'm not a huge baseball guy. I used to love baseball more. I need a star player to really be intrigued. Like if Bryce Harper came to Philadelphia, I'd watch the Phillies. So I'm a fringe baseball guy where guys like Chris and those guys are regular season guys. I mean, seeing the Cubs, the playoffs is pretty damn good. I'll sit and watch a playoff game. And during the summer, I'll go. But I won't follow it, like, religiously. I'm more of a college basketball guy. Like Landon in Kentucky. So Landon is a guy who likes the Kentucky Wildcats a lot, right? And you're a Kentucky guy. Kentucky's playing unbelievable basketball. They are definitely a Final Four team this year, and I hope they get there because this is a very likable Kentucky team. You have Reed Travis, you have P.J. Washington, you have that great two-guard, Keldon Johnson, maybe his name is. Your team's just unbelievable with college basketball. So you got Tennessee, you got Kentucky, and I love the SEC. I love college basketball. And Alabama, I'm going to watch Alabama, South Carolina. So you're a Tar Heel fan, Gucci? Oh, man, I like Luke May a lot. Cam Johnson, to me, is a second-round steal. Like, I don't know why that guy's not a first-rounder. Cam Johnson's great. And Roy Williams, I mean, this team, it's probably a Sweet 16, Elite 8. It's a weird team, though. You guys don't play that good at defense. But yeah. You're a Steelers fan, Arthur. I think it's going to be great when Brown and Bell leave and you got Ben Roethlisberger and Juju takes on that role. I believe that you guys are actually going to be better. And, you know, a lot of people thought the Seahawks would suck, you know, now that Michael Bennett left, now that Richard Sherman left, Cam Chancellor retired. All these people left. But the team just became closer together. They found an identity, and they played football. So you don't need to win the offseason. You don't need to have all these flashy names to be a good football team. The Giants sucked with Brandon Marshall, Odell, Evan Ingram, all these flashy wide receivers and skill position players. They don't really win. So I think the Steelers are going to be just good. The Steelers are going to be good. Oh, Chris Senor, man. I mean, I picked San Diego State last year to go in the tournament. I picked San Diego State to go far last year, and you guys have Steve Fisher. You had that big kid. You had a really talented team. You guys almost won that first round matchup against Houston. Rob Gray, I was so pissed off, bro. Hey, Philly, how are you, man? How are you, Philly? Giants always stink, huh? Giants always stink. Well, they've stunk for a good 5 years, but guess what, Philly? I've won 2 Super Bowls in my lifetime, and that's something that Vikings fans can't say. That's something that barely anybody who's been alive for 24 years have said that they've seen 2 Super Bowls in a span of 4 years. And when they won that second Super Bowl, I really did say this. I said, if Eli Manning and the Giants suck for a really long time, I'm going to try my best to not let my emotions get the best of me. And I'm going to respect the championships. And it's freaking hard to win a championship, man. And, you know, the Giants, they were okay last year. They weren't god-awful last year. I'm sorry to say that G word. I apologize. But, you know, Philly, it's, you know, it's fun being impatient, though, in life, my friend. It's fun seeing, it's fun being impatient in life, man. I mean, it's really fun. When you go to a Starbucks, you want coffee quickly. You want things quickly. If you're patient, you're bored being patient. You're just being patient just to be a good guy. How's Top Streams doing? I'm excited to head over to the Entertainers channel tonight and see that guy from Philadelphia. He was very good live streaming, Sports Live. Can't wait to hear him. But, Philly, man, did you release that dolphin video? I need to see that. It's great that you guys are hanging out. Thanks for saying I'm adorable. I look like a damn bear. And you know what I'm going to do, guys? I'm going to go bowling pretty soon. And I'm going to actually set up a bowling live stream, so you guys are going to get to see me bowl. And then you can ask questions about sports, and we'll just talk. But this is so much better than doing a damn film review. Film reviews take a damn long time. I'm going to do the combine film reviews. And then preseason film reviews, and then I'll just stick to maybe 3 quarterbacks a week of film reviews. Shit. There's a hard echo in the background. Shit. Thank you, Steel City. Appreciate you, man, for saying that. I apologize. Gosh, damn it. Why would there be an echo? It's just me. I sound sick as shit. I am sick as shit. I literally slept from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. I'm sick as freaking shit, having a bad cold, just drinking soup. But at least I get to watch TV and just stay home and just do jack shit, which is fantastic. But yeah, I'm sick. Look like freaking shit. Thank you, Artur. It means a lot, man. Hope you continue to like the channel and the content. Yeah, 2016, Chris, was a crazy year. I'll answer that question, and then I'm going to head out, just so it's not incredibly long. Thank you, Steeler. Hey, thank you. Send your friends. Thank you for the subscription. It means a lot. It's crazy that you even found me. Yeah, bro. All right, I'll talk about 2016 and Bryce Harper, and then I'll bounce out. It was great hanging with you guys. So Bryce Harper is so frustrating how he won't just sign on the dotted line. The fact that this guy is getting $310 million, nothing seems to happen. But the thing that really frustrates me, Philly, as other, guys like Jonathan on here is saying the Giants are trash, so he's trying to trigger me. Which, again, the Giants are not that good, but we're not the worst team in the NFL. We're going to maybe win 8 games next year. We're going to be mediocre as shit. We're not going to be trash. We're going to be mediocre as hell. We're going to be, we're going to be that guy that goes to a bar, and we're going to get a girl's number that's not the prettiest girl in the world, and then she's not going to text us the next day. Thank you, Dylan. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I guess, mediocre's trash, right. We're not a playoff team, but yeah. Thank you, sir. Let's talk about Harper. So Harper, the fact that pisses me off is everybody's boy who cried wolfing Harper. Harper's coming. Harper is coming. Harper is coming. Harper, everybody every morning is like, Bryce Harper is coming. he never comes. It never happens. So literally, I've just stopped paying attention to the Harper thing. I'm just annoyed by it right now. When he signs, he'll sign, you know, and it's actually bringing interest to baseball because Bryce Harper is so funny. He's playing everybody like a fiddle, but it's a big risk if you're Bryce Harper because, you know, gosh, if you play basketball and gosh forbid for him, he happens to get injured, you're sitting on $310 million. Just take the damn money already, you know? It's like, you know, when money's offered to you, just take it. You don't want to lose your opportunity to get all that cash. And the Phillies, the one thing about the Phillies is if Bryce Harper sucks on the Phillies, it'll be a very tough and miserable experience because Philly fans, and I do like the Phillies, they're really tough fans. Philadelphia is a tough city. You have to perform well. Like if he went out to San Diego and he wasn't as good, like people like Chris Senior are more laid back. They're usually kinder people. But the fact is they might not be, they might not care as much about your performance as they do maybe in a northeastern city. So that's what Bryce Harper has to consider. If he goes to the Chicago White Sox, he also won't feel a lot of pressure because it'll be him living in Chicago. And the Chicago White Sox, I don't really know their history that well, but I know that that's a Cubs city. So if he goes to the White Sox, there won't be a lot of pressure either. And if he signs in Washington, the fans will love him. And he won't really take that much criticism either. The Phillies is the biggest risk because if you come to Philly, you really have to do well or else your legacy is going to take a huge turn. Even when Ryan Howard won World Series after World Series, one of the best players in all baseball, even when Ryan Howard was struggling, Philly fans were ruthless to him. Final question. I don't really want to mod. Sorry, man. I mean, why do you care so much about modding? Why? You could go on another channel and mod. You know, Patriots for life. Like you can go mod somewhere else. You know, I still see your comment. I'm just sorry. I don't even do live streams that much. Steeler, man. Steeler still Steel City. I really hope that, oh my gosh, Philly, thank you so much for the donation, man. Thank you for that. Thank you so much. Everybody go to Philly 500 too. You're the best, man, and I really appreciate the compliment so much. The Steelers have a chance to get to the Super Bowl next year. I mean, especially y'all get Josh Jacobs, maybe, James Conner. It's going to be fun. I mean, it's a great time to be a Steelers fan, and all the pressure's on Mike Tomlin. The Browns are overrated, man. The Browns, everybody's loving up on Cleveland, and I think Cleveland's good, but everybody's getting annoying with Cleveland, you know? I was with Cleveland with Baker Mayfield, but now everybody's a Browns fan, and the Steelers must really hate the Browns because the Browns, you know, they're the all-paper team. You know, they haven't won anything, and people act like the Cleveland Browns have won it all. So I think Lamar Jackson's not that good. The Bengals, I think, are really far away from being really good because they have a young coach. I think the Steelers have a damn good chance to actually win the AFC North. If I get good value on that, I might go to a casino and put money down on the Steelers because everybody's going to be selling them. They think that Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell mean so much to a football team, and they don't. They don't. But Patriots for life, yeah, hang around, enjoy the show. Just don't want to give out mods. Oh, Steven, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that. I like just BSing on here. But, yeah, I was getting worked up over Antonio Brown and over LeBron and all this stuff, man. So, thank you. I mean, one day maybe somebody will pay me. I don't know. I'm a pretty lazy guy. But that means so much to me, Steven. You don't know. You're one of the kindest guys on YouTube. Thank you for being you, man. Thank you for being Steven Pazienza, one of my favorite subscribers. And Philly, thank you, man. I wish that one day we could make this a career. This is fun. This is fun. I wish you lived, Philly, I wish you lived near Philadelphia so that we could do a radio show together, so we could hop in the studio together. Because it's hard finding people to co-host, and I'm not like Chris the Entertainer. I can't go for 3 hours live. I really can't. I can't do that. I can't record a baseball game. I can't go 2 hours live it's hard for me. Maybe one day I'll get to a point where I can go an hour live, but after a while I run out of steam. I prefer these 35-minute, these sprints. I'm not a long-distance runner. Bad Dog, Philly 5, the stream team, they're long-distance guys. They can go forever. And, yeah, they're incredible. The Steelers need to improve on defense. That's a great, great point. And for Mike Tomlin, Mike Tomlin just doesn't lead his team. He's too unsure of himself. He lets the players just do too much. He needs to start getting a voice with everything, controlling the team. That was a disgrace last year. With Le'Veon Bell, you don't let him come back. You as an organization say, you know what, we're going to look to get rid. You say to Le'Veon Bell, okay, you're not going to be here, that's fine. For Antonio Brown, if he's acting that way towards Big Ben, you should have traded AB last year. Matter of fact. Should have traded him last year. I mean, he was a malcontent all year long. And you, Mike Tomlin, have to relate better to Ben Roethlisberger. Ben Roethlisberger is the most important person in your organization. You need to get on the same page with Big Ben. You're way too passive as a head football coach. You're a decent football coach, but for you to win, you have to control your locker room, man. Listen, you've won a Super Bowl. You've been tremendously successful. You go to the playoffs every year. You damn near win the division every single year, even though the division has somewhat sucked with Cincinnati, Marvin Lewis, the Browns being the worst organization in sports, with Jimmy Haslam making a lot of wrong and impulsive decisions. You've been a successful football coach, man. You have been. The wins and losses, that always speaks for itself and backs you up. But lately, you're just letting a couple of guys that are your good players, you are not controlling your locker room at all. And that's very, very sad. And eventually, if you can't win this year, unfortunately, you're going to need a change of scenery, my friend. John freaking Ross. I like Juju Smith-Schuster too. Now, Juju's on YouTube. He's a fun personality. I don't know if he'll turn into AB. I don't think so. I mean, he is one of the most fun personalities in football. I will say that about Juju Smith-Schuster, man. He is a wild, wild character, but a good guy. Funny guy. Super funny guy. Everybody should check out the YouTube channel. Now, the thing is about Mike Vrabel, vodka drinker, is he's not that good of an X's and O's guys. He is a no BS kind of a guy. Taylor Lewan. I think that the Titans, the reason why the Titans are a well-oiled machine is their general manager, John Robinson's pretty tough, but also they have guys like Brian Orakpo. They have good veterans. The Steelers need some damn veteran leadership on that football team. Like James Harrison, Palomalu would never put up with that stuff. Hines Ward, Willie Parker, or whatever. Jerome Bettis, if he was still driving the bus. Nathaniel Legendary, you're the best, man. Thank you so much. Let's go, baby. Go Niners. Hope the Steelers goes back to the old Steelers. Yes, you do. The old Steelers of playing tough football, running the ball. That's going to win. That's going to get you guys back. The Rooney family, I mean, come on. These owners right now, I mean, they don't know how to deal with guys. I guess it's all about selling jerseys for them. So maybe they love the jerseys of Antonio Brown and whatever. The Giants owners love the Odell Beckham jerseys. They love the jersey sales. But when you have these guys on your team that are talking about how they have to lead better, like Odell Beckham says, I have to be a better leader. You just have to go out there. You just have to run your routes, keep communicating with your teammates. By you saying to the public that you have to be a better leader, that's you actually being a bad teammate, actually not leading at all. You don't have to be a guy that says a whole lot to be a damn leader. You could be a quiet guy and be a sensational leader like a Curtis Martin. You don't have to be a loud leader. You just have to be a guy that helps your team win. Who cares who gets the damn credit for being a damn leader? How about the Cowboys? Let's go. 34 minutes. I want to end it at 35-28. So I got one more minute left. But it's been fun, and I'm going to have to get some food. And you guys were unbelievable, though, in the chat tonight. I'm flattered by how much you guys, were able to hang out, how we were able to talk through a lot of stuff. And I'll try to do this live podcast thing a couple of times a week. I'm going to do bowling. You guys are going to love seeing the Bear at bowling. It's called The Bear Goes Bowling. And I'm going to set up a big computer, and you're going to watch me bowl, and then you're going to be able to ask me questions while I'm bowling. I think that sounds like a really good idea. Stanton, thank you so much. All right, let's do it. Let's say an underrated draft prospect. Let's try to come up with a third rounder who's very, very good. Yeah, I will try to comment. I'll try to be there. Yeah, 10 minutes. I'll watch the show, but yeah, I'll comment. Underrated draft player, though. That's such a great question there by Gucci. I really like Deontay Thompson from Alabama. He might go in the second round. I really liked it. How about this one? All right. Penny Hart from Georgia State. Shifty wide receiver. I absolutely love Penny Hart. I think Penny Hart is going to be tremendous. I think Isabella from Massachusetts is going to be terrific. Trayvon Mullins is probably my favorite cornerback in the class. This guy, McGarry from Washington. McGarry is my favorite. Guess what? We're streaming the Combine. I'm going to try to stream the Combine later with y'all. Thank you so much, guys. It was tremendous. And thank you, guys. You guys were incredible, so I really appreciate y'all. Take care, guys. Have a great evening.